Okay, so here's my tutorial on how to add your own custom weapons into your TF2 mod using the TF2 SDK. So the first step is to have a items folder. So if you have your mod and in your game, which is where the game is, and then mod TF, you need to create a folder called scripts, and then in the scripts folder create a folder called items, and then in there create a text file. You can call it whatever, but I call mine items custom. Now in here you need to have base #base items _ game.txt. You have to have this here or else it won't really work. I mean, I guess it'll work, but just put it there. Then have this items game. Now you can skip this attributes part, but if you want to create your own custom attributes, you'll have to have it. Then you need to do items. Now here is what your item ID is. If you start after 9,000, those are pretty much all unused until way higher numbers like 15,000. You just need to have the name. I don't think you need first sale date, but I usually put that. This is a special key value that we'll go to. We'll talk about that later. Prefab, if you're basing this off of a pre-existing item. Item type name, that's like what shows up when it says like level whatever and whatever. It's like level 10 shotgun, for example. This is where it says shotgun. Item description, if you want to add a description to it, then you can type whatever here. Or if you want to have a language thing, you can do like TF description test gun, for example. Then item log name, this is what shows up in the console when you get killed by this gun or you kill someone with the gun. Item name is actually what shows up in game. This is just how this is what the game calls it, and this is what shows up. Item quality, this is like unique, strange, unusual, whatever. Self-made is just the quality that I like to set it to. Proper name, I'm not really sure what this does, but I put it on all of them. Then this capability section, you don't need it, but I mean, you can set nameable to 1, doesn't really matter. Then used by classes, so if you want to have multiple classes use it, so say like soldier 1, and then like pyro 1, so you can just put whatever. And then attributes is where you're going to put the actual attributes. I'll put a link in the description to every TF2 attribute, but in that website, which I'll pull up right here, in that website there's the name and then the class. So the name is what goes right here, and then the class is what goes in this attribute class. Then the value is, it's like 1 would be 100%, 0.5 is 50%, 0.1 10%. You get the idea. Now, because fire rate bonus is an inverted percentage, if you want to make it faster, you have to set the number lower. So like 0.7 would be 30% faster, 0.5 would be 50% faster, 0.4 would be 60% faster. So just because this is a test, I'll make it 0.5, because this is just a test gun for the video. But yeah, this has every attribute in the game, and there's a lot of them. But yeah, so now on to actually putting these custom items in the game. So in your Visual Studio, I'm just gonna search for it, but the file is econ item schema .h. So econ item schema right here. Now our first change is going to be at line 1283. So let's just scroll there. I mean, really, you could put these anywhere, but it's better to just put them here. So right after this is base item, we're going to add a new line. It's going to be bool. Whoops, I did not mean to autocomplete. Now I'm going to put is custom item, but you could put is anything item. So if your mod is going to be like, say your mod is like adding like CSGO items, you could say is CSGO item. Like, it's whatever, but I'm just going to put custom item. Then you can just put void, like, you just basically match this whole top line, but replace base with whatever your word is. So then I'll do const. And then, yeah, it auto-filled it for me, but then you just do that. No, this says it's unidentified right now. That's just because I haven't put it in. Now, down at line 1604, right here, this is where we're going to actually define the thing. So custom item, you see it auto-filled for me, but yeah, you'll just put whatever you want. So like I said before, if you're adding CSGO items, CSGO, you know, just whatever word you want. Then at line 2615, right after this, we do type def cutl map int c econ item definition asterisk int, and then the closing, then custom item definition map underscore t, then const custom item definition map t ampersand get custom item definition map const return m map custom items. Now down at line 2933, right here after this, base item, or sorry, custom item definition map t m map custom items, just like that. So now we're done with econ item schema, so we can just save this file. Now we're going to go into the C++ folder or file of it. Then in there, starting at line 2309, right here, MB base item, we're going to do MB custom item, and then false, just like that. I don't know why it offset everything like that. Make sure you do a comma, not a semicolon. Then at line 3181, whoa, I scrolled way too far. 181, here at this creation data, right after MB base item, MB custom item equals M underscore PKV item arrow get int. I don't know why I put a space there. Custom item 0 is not equal to 0. So if you remembered in my file here, I had this thing called tf3 item. This is actually whatever you type here, it's going to check in here and see if it has it. So I need to say custom item. But if you, going back to my example before, CSGO item, you know, whatever you want there, as long as it matches with what's here. And then I accidentally put the comma in the wrong place. Now at 3810, mmap base items, so comma here, and then map custom items def less func int, just like that. Now 4305 right up here, mmap base items purge, mmap custom items dot purge. Then here at line 4421, this is where it's actually getting the item schema. So I guess not at 421, it's a bit further than that. Anyway, right here where it has these things, you can keep this, but this if statement, we're gonna change it to be if mpkv raw definition arrow load from file and then gp full file system, then scripts slash items custom.txt or whatever you named your file, then game, like that. So what this is doing is it's loading your item schema file from where it is, and that's what we need to do there. Then at 5281 right here, map base items purge map custom items dot purge. Then the last edit for this file at 5351, where it is, hold on, okay, right after this, if p item def is custom item, m map custom items insert and item index p item def, just like that. And you don't have to have these spaces here, by the way. I just do that because I think it looks nicer. But now we're done with that file, so you can just save it, and we'll go on to the next file, which is tf item inventory. And we'll start by going into the .h file of this. Now at line 199, we're going to add, right after this void, we add c econ item view, and then asterisk add custom item int id. Now down at line 219, after this, we're going to have int get custom item count, then return p custom loadout items dot count. I don't know why I put a semicolon there on accident. That was right. Okay. Whoops. It's just saying red because it's undefined, but we'll define it after this. Then c econ item view. Whoops. C econ item view asterisk get custom item int I index, and then return p custom loadout items index, just like this line, but replaced it with custom. Now at line 226, right after this, we add a CUTL vector, C econ item view, asterisk, and then MP custom loadout items. So now there shouldn't be any errors in this file. Now we can switch to the actual .cpp. Then at line 220, right here where it says MP base loadout items, purge and delete elements, we say MP custom loadout items, purge and delete elements, just like that. Then at 232, right here, right after hold on. Yeah, I'm blind. Okay, right, okay. So, right after this, we will add C econ item view asterisk CTF inventory manager add custom item int ID, and C econ item view asterisk P item view equals new C econ item view. Then C econ item pointer P item equals new C econ item. Then P item arrow M UL ID equals ID. Then P item M UN account ID equals just 0. P item M UN def index equals ID. P item view init ID, then AEU's script value, false, just like that. Then P item view arrow set item ID, then P item view, whoa, my caps lock is on, set arrow set non-SO econ item, P item, then MP custom loadout items add to tail P item view, then return P item view. Alright, so now down here at, well, right here, purge our lists and make new. We'll add MP custom loadout items, purge and delete elements. Then here, this is adding the base TF2 items. So after that, at 266 here, or sorry, not 266, at 268. So after this, we add, sorry, we don't add anything, I'm just lying. Okay, I think here, const C econ item schema, nope, hold on, this is a new thing outside of this for loop, I don't know what I'm doing, okay, const C econ item schema base item definition map T ampersand map items map items custom, geez, get item schema arrow, oops, parentheses after get item schema, get custom item definition map, then I start equals 0, if map items custom dot count is not equal to 0. So basically, if we don't have any custom items, the game will crash because you're trying to reference null things in this next part. For int it equals I start it is not equal map items custom dot invalid index. Whoops, don't add that whole thing. It equals map items custom dot next in order it. Now in here, add custom item map items custom square bracket it arrow get definition index. And then I like to add a message just to make sure it says, and then loaded %i custom tf2 items new line, and then map items custom dot count. So now after this line, down at line 296, so right after this get inventory item by ID, we're going to add another if statement. This if statement is going to be if I item ID is less than, I usually just put 100,000 because there's no way you're going over 100,000 for your items. Then inside the if statement, int count equals tf inventory manager get custom item count. Then for int I equals 0, I is less than count I plus plus. Now inside this for statement, we're going to have p item equals tf inventory manager get custom item I. Then if p item, so if there is an item and p item arrow get item def index equals item ID break. So basically we've confirmed that there's an item at this ID, so then we'll add it. Otherwise, if not p item, so if there isn't an item, then just return false. Okay, so that's that. Now at line 370, right after this add to tail, we're gonna do almost the same thing. So I count equals mp custom loadout items dot count. Then for int I equals 0, I is less than I count I plus plus. Whoa, added a lot of stuff there. So then c econ item view asterisk p item equals m underscore p custom loadout items I. ctf item definition asterisk p item data equals p item get static data. If not b is account index and not p item data can be used by class. So basically, if the item can't be used on this class, then don't show it in their selection menu. If I slot is greater than or equal to 0 and p item arrow get static data get loadout slot I class is not equal to I slot, then continue. And then finally p list arrow add to tail p item. So that's done. Then at line 1100, right here, we'll add item ID underscore t ul previous item equals m loadout items un class un slot. If ul previous item is not equal to 0 and ul previous item is less than 100,000, we'll just get rid of that. And we'll say int count equals tf inventory manager get custom item count. Then for int I equals 0, I is less than count, I plus plus. Then c econ item view asterisk p item equals tf inventory manager get custom item I if p item and p item get item def index equals ul previous item, then p item gets SOC data unequipped from class un class. Then c econ item view asterisk p previous item equals get inventory item by item ID. Okay, so I guess I accidentally deleted that line. So when you have this line, don't delete it. And also, this should be down here, like that. Okay, so now after this if statement, or I guess after this if statement, we'll put an else, and then we say c econ item view asterisk p previous item get inventory item by item ID equal previous item if p previous item, then p previous item arrow gets SOC data unequipped from class un class. We don't need these brackets here since it's just one line as well, but you can add them if you want. Now equip the new item and add it to our loadout right here. We're going to change if p item. We're going to actually get rid of this. We're going to change if p item to if ul item ID is less than 100,000. Then, sorry, actually we're going to keep all this. That's my bad. We're just going to add a new line up here. If ul item ID is less than 100,000. And then what I'm actually going to do is just, no, never mind. I'm going to copy this, but we're not going to quite paste it in just yet. I'm going to say int count equals tf inventory manager get custom item count. Then c econ item view asterisk p item. Then for int I equals 0, I is less than count, I plus plus. Then we're going to paste this in. Hold on, this is, I don't know how that got there. That's just supposed to be that. I guess it must have tried to autofill. So we're going to, this line is good. Then this line we just need to change it from previous item to ul item ID. Then right here, instead of unequipped from class, we'll say equip un class un slot and break. And after this for loop, we say if not p item, then p item equals tf inventory manager get not get base item for class, add custom item ul item ID if p item and p item arrow get def index, or sorry, get item def index equals ul item id. Then p item arrow get soc data equip u1 class u1 solid. Then we'll put an else right here. Then we'll say we'll actually just take this, and then we put it in here. Just like that. And I'm actually going to get rid of these brackets here because we don't need them. Okay, now we're almost done with this file. We just have one last thing to do, and that is going to be down at line 1551 or around there. Right after this, we're going to say if m underscore loadout items I class I slot is less than 100. Whoa, I don't know what just happened. Oh, is less than 100,000. Then int count equals tf inventory manager get custom item count for int I equals 0 count, you know, what we've been doing basically. Then get custom item if that, and then we're not, well, you know what autofill is completely what I want, so just copy this then, and then right here we say return tf inventory manager get, not get base, it always does that, add custom item mload items I class I slot. So now that's done, that should be basically everything that we need. So now we just need items custom.txt. Okay, apparently it doesn't exist. Open container folder. Let me just find it in here. Okay. So in here, okay, I'll have this link in the description. I'll have a link to this file, and I'll also have a link to this repository, this whole repository in the description. So make sure you have your custom item or whatever thing in here, and then you should be good to go after that. So let's see. So you're just going to go up to build, and you're going to click build solution. Now if this is the first time building the solution, it's probably going to take a long time, so I'll just skip through this. So I'm just going to change this to a wrench because that'll be easier to test. I think we need to go into loadout presets panel as well, and in there, maybe if I can type, in there we need to add at line 240, right after this we need to say if not Steam API context dash Steam user, then return, because otherwise I don't think that'll work. And then also in TF GC server, there's another thing I forgot, and this is probably why it wasn't letting me equip the item. I need to scroll down to line 4392. Right here, after this, we say ptf inventory arrow equip local uitem id iClass iSlot, and then you can delete this or you can just comment it out, but I'm just going to comment out this whole section right here. So now it should be good. We'll build the solution again. Shouldn't take as long since I only changed 2 files. See, it's already done. Now we'll go in here. Yeah, that was just my bad for forgetting that. Items. Now, when we go to engineer, okay, well, or it won't. I don't know. Now we go to engineer. Okay, I guess there could be one more reason, and I think the problem is because of this. So when you go back up all the way up to line 400, right around here, there's at line 452, there's this end if right here, but then we scroll down a bit further to line 468. Jeez, I scrolled too far. This end if should actually go right here. So I think that should fix it down here as well. And just a quick note, this message, I accidentally was putting it inside the for loop. You want to put it outside the for loop, that way it doesn't print every time it gets a new item. So I accidentally had this here. I don't know if this is the problem, but this should not be here. This should just be down here. I'll see if that fixed it. Hopefully it did, but at the same time, I'm not totally sure. So let's see. Okay, that did fix it. Yeah, that was just my bad. I don't know why that was still there. I guess I just forgot to delete it. But now if I load into a game on like item test, then we can play engineer and we'll see. Yeah, it definitely is working. It is much faster. So that is a tutorial on how to make custom items in TF2. I think maybe the next video I'll go over making your own custom attributes, or making, actual items, like going over everything in the item schema file and how it all works. But yeah, that's it for now. See you guys next video.